Bunny, can you hear me, Bunny?
I can hear you.
I think it's just about goddamn time we opened the matter.
You think so?
I'm thinking about it. You want to do it?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I guess we can.
Yeah, why not? Welcome to Madhouse, ladies and germs. Did you get it? It should be gentlemen, but I called you germs. Welcome to the Madhouse. Well, welcome to the Madhouse, folks. It's me and Bunny. Tech's swinging by in just a little bit. It's great to have you here. Bunny, are you ready to open it up? Because they're knocking like loud motherfuckers.
I'm ready.
All right, get ready. You tell me when you want to start pulling. Say when.
Now.
Go, Bunny button. Pull.
Pulling.
Of course. Solar Edge, our big hero. And I don't know where the cameras have gone. It doesn't matter. The point is, hang on. Let's bring him. Let's get it working. Oh, I know what's going on. There. Where's Bunny Button go? The hell? What kind of Sam Hill nonsense is this? Bunny Button, there you are. Oh shit. Where the fuck did you go, lady?
Oh
no. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Madhouse. It's delightful to see you. There she is. Up in the window is the evil monster. Hello, Bunny. Don't eat me. Oh, look at little cat playing. Look at Bobo Brown. He's not putting up with any bullshit tonight. Look at this. You guys gotta see this.
He does this lightly patting.
Look at him. He's just like, I will fucking kill you, motherfucker. Well, look who's shown up. Tech Protection. How's it going?
I'm here pushing the cart.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're moving on. Welcome. You guys are delightful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show tonight. We have Madhouse with me, Bunny Button, and Tech Protect down there in the basement. We are going to be talking about all kinds of delightful topics tonight. We're going to keep it quick and fast and delightful and wet. I did not know in high school that when Bon Jovi put out the album Slippery When Wet, I had no idea what they were talking about. I just assumed, okay, whatever. I guess they're talking about road conditions. I had no idea. But we are here. We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Here comes Anthony. Hey, that's Prince. You owe me money. Jesus, Tech, why not just go to the bathroom first? He showed.
I was on a fucking stream, Jaffe.
God, that's
right before this.
I wouldn't have known it. Was anyone watching it? I love it. Now, listen. Welcome to the show. We have a very spicy little show tonight. It is going to be delightful. We're going to be talking about. Well, we're going to be talking about the witching hour. We're going to be talking a little bit about Elon Musk and what he said about Trump today. Not the political stuff, the disturbing stuff that he said about good Sir Donald Trump. Did you see that, Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. We are going to be chatting about some breakthroughs in the world of science and lucid dreaming. These guys have discovered something about the brain and how the brain reacts when people are lucid dreaming. That opens up a whole goddamn can of worms we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to not only talk about this very controversial chatbot that is made for the incels, and it teaches you and gives you advice on how to look max and become a Chad. But I will be uploading my picture to this chatbot and getting advice on how I can become more desirable for the women. Apparently, it is incredibly offensive. And it's trained on incel speak. It will be delightful. So it's going to be a good show. We're going to have a goddamn good time. I want to tell you what our money situation is tonight, so we are all in sync here. At $50 tonight, cumulatively, if all of you guys and ladies and whatnots get together and say, here's $50, we will have the inaugural episode of the Madhouse Improv Theater. What that means is we will take suggestions from the audience as me and Bunny and Tech give you a radio drama that'll scare the tar out of you.
Woo, loudy.
If we make $100 tonight, Stiltskin swings by. Now, if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting Stiltskin before, I did speak with him through meditation today, and it turns out that he is willing to come out and play for a little bit. You could even call on the phone and talk to Stiltskin if you like. Finally,
Wow.
$200. We'll do an extra hour, and we will play. I'm going to show you the trailer right now. I think we're going to be able to get Bunny to shut up, Willie Farnsworth. He says, slow down, Jaffe. This is hard to process. You are a moron. I love you, but you're a moron. I think we'll be able to get Bunny to play this. This is called Guilty as Sock. It is ruling the roost. All the cool kids are playing it. It just came out a few days ago. I'm going to show you the trailer, and let's see if we can convince Bunny to play this game with us.
Can I play it on my phone?
No. Well, maybe. You might be able to, but on your computer, you'll be fine.
Do I need a keyboard?
Maybe.
Is it relevant?
Do you not have a keyboard?
That's way over there.
Well, it'll
there.
be in the out. You can get it work. Just look.
Bring it way over here.
Not yet though, because we may not make it.
What cordless?
We may not make it, but you're going to want to play this. This is a delightful thing. This is called Guilty as Sock. We're going to watch the trailer, and then after the trailer, we'll start talking about our first couple topics. Yes, $200, little cow punch out. $200. Are you out of your mind? Maybe a little bit. And I don't care. Because I'm crazy. We got crazy good deals tonight. Here you go. Let me show you what this game here looks like. You'll be delighted like we all are. Here we go. Whoops.
Is it rolling? All right. You lent your charger, but you never got it back. Your dog dropped a turd on the rug. Ghosted after they said, let's catch up soon. Suggestion. No more excuses. It's time for real justice.
Cut! That's the one!
Oh, those lunch burritos were a mistake.
So there you go. That is Guilty as Sock. It is the big hootenanny that all the kids are playing. We will go an extra hour tonight, and we will absolutely play that game with you guys if you want and if we make our goals. But right now, we're heading towards the Madhouse Improv Theater. It'll cost you 50 goddamn bucks to get in, talk to the chat, work together, and let's see if we can actually get where we're going tonight. In the meantime, we are about to jump into some very interesting waters. What the fuck is that? Have you guys heard about this dark web shoe sale that's been going on? No. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you something real quick. Drew, thank you so much. Donating to Madhouse is the fastest way to look max and become the big PP's Riz Lord you always dreamed of. Tech wasn't here, by the way, Drew, when we were talking about that. We are going to be using the look maxing Chat GPT AI bot tonight to feed my picture and Tech's picture into the computer and see what it thinks we need to do to become more Chad-like. It's going to be delightful.
Hell yeah.
But thank you for that, Drew. Tech, keep track of it. I'll update it in just a little bit.
Will do.
You guys be like Drew. Let's have a big fucking money night tonight. Bunny is out of makeup, as you can tell. She can't afford it
Drew
anymore.
Desidue sent a super chat for
She gotta buy some more.
$4.99 and included the message, donating to Madhouse is the fastest way to look, Matt, and become the big PP Rizzlord
Sorry to
you
hear,
always
Bunny.
dreamed of.
It's okay.
Is that Keemstar?
I'm sad.
Why is on YouTube? I think that was Keemstar who just showed up.
No, we don't see it because of the thing. But yeah, maybe.
It's weird. Okay.
It's been known to pop by.
He has been known to pop by. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Eric F, the true Rizzlord. I haven't heard from Eric in a long time. I wonder what he's up to. Is he still over on the Locale show? He's a good guy. I always liked Eric.
He's making a new Lego movie.
Oh,
he
Lord.
made the Lego movie, and it was really bad. And
He should
so
come
they're
over.
giving him a
I would never poach anybody from there to here, but I will tell you that I would love to have him in our community because I don't know if he gets
Eric is
treated.
hilarious.
I don't know if he gets treated as good as he needs to be treated over there, but
Yeah.
you know. So, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play you a couple of these clips. This has been happening the last couple of days, and I am only now learning about it. This is first I'll show you a guy talking about it, and then we're going to go right to the source. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen with you guys. This is about the shoes for sale on the dark web. I'll let this nice fella talk about it for you.
So did you see the shoes that's going viral that they're selling on the dark web? And they're not your typical shoes. They're shoes that's drenched in blood. Well, at least that's how they look. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Alright, it's about time. What's up, guys? Today we're buying shoes on the dark web. I found this site called The Shoeman recently, and they have a bunch of shoes.
Now, apparently this is a wrestler on WWE. His name is Shiloh. I've never heard of this guy. But if you look at the shoes, and there's a lot more to this. This gets really weird. But if you look at the shoes, you can see names of people, ages. Like these are people who were probably killed, and these were their shoes when they were killed. But it gets weird.
For sale. Some of them are kind of shady. It just so happens that the one pair that fits me has the most aura. People on Twitter were talking about luminol, so I will try to test this to see what it is. But without further ado, let's order these.
So it's a creator on this app named...
Now, let me tell you something before we keep going. If this wrestler, if this is a bit, if this is a work, if this is a job, that's the first time WWE has finally found a way to kayfabe in a real meaningful way in the modern era. Because usually we know it's kayfabe. This is a pretty... Because this Shiloh guy's got fewer followers than I do on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he's not like The Rock doing this. But here we go.
Shiloh, and his page is basically based on the dark web, telling people everything about the dark web. And he was scrolling through the dark web, and he saw those shoes. So you saw the shoes. He bought those shoes. And those shoes came in the mail on June 2nd. Let's see what he said.
As most of y'all know, I ordered some shoes off the dark web, and while I was at work, I got the notification that they just got delivered. I'm headed to the P.O. box right now to go pick them up.
Look at this shit.
Here we go. Wow. Okay, these are real.
That's real blood.
Yeah, we're gonna have to test this. The luminol gets here tomorrow,
Oh, nah.
but ooh,
That's blood right there. What? Did you see the VHS tape fall out the shoe? In another video, he said he's going to get a VCR so he can play that tape. Another thing that was said when he purchased the boots was everything comes with a price. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the actual guy who bought these boots, right? So now we'll go to Shiloh's page, and here it is. This is more of the website, right? So you get like 20-year-old, 19-year-old. This is the actual website with some of these shoes on there, okay? That he purports to be a thing that you can find on the the dark web. And yeah, this Shiloh guy, Brandon says, I think this is the guy who did a weird series about a robot he ordered and it was advancing while he had it. Yes, exactly the same guy. Exactly the same guy. Okay, so here's where he was shopping. And then we go, this is him. There's the robot right there, by the way. He's basically now going out trying to find a VHS tape or a VHS player to play, right? So he got the boots in the mail.
Shipping confirmation I've ever seen, but the dark web shoes are coming June 2nd, which is Monday. Okay, I just had to open it in a new tab. Cool. I guess we'll see what actually shows up.
Okay, so now you saw the earlier video where he gets actually gets the boots. Then he goes and he picks up. Check this out. He gets he gets the boots. They fit. He wears them. But check this out. He picked up the boots.
Show the luminol.
Got the black light.
Yeah. Now, can you? I think I know what luminol is, but Bunny or Tech, do you know what this is?
It's a chemical that you put on stuff. It's what they use in forensics to find blood that's been cleaned off of stuff. So they'll put that chemical on there and then shine the light on it, and it'll make where blood was shine.
Okay, right. That's what I thought. Okay, so here's what he's doing.
All right, what's up, guys? So here's where we're at currently with the boots. I just got the black light in the mail. For the black light to work, we need something called luminol, and Amazon says it should be here in a couple hours. I think I'm going to be at work by the time it gets here, but I'll show you what I learned last night. Last night I ordered some hydrogen peroxide, and when I dab some on the clean parts of the sole, nothing really happens, but when I dab it on the more suspicious parts, it does foam up.
Okay,
so according to ChatGPT, there are a lot of false positives that will also cause foaming with hydrogen peroxide. So I'm waiting on the luminol to try to figure out what this is. In regards to the tape, I am going to get a VHS player. But yeah, so until that stuff comes, we just know they're dirty boots. And I'm really thinking about wearing them to work tonight. All right, what's up, guys?
Okay, so now he gets the luminol. So now we're going to see that. Oh, he wore the boots. He wore the boots to his wrestling match. Okay, here we go. Here's the luminol.
That looks like a hamper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that is.
Oh, a handprint. I thought you said it looks like your hamper. And I was
no. What the hell?
I don't know. I know you're just like, all right, sure, Bunny, whatever. Yeah. So I guess, does that mean it's blood? Could that be semen? What is that?
Could be blood.
If this is real, it would be blood.
Okay, so then he goes to get he's going to pawn shops trying to find a VHS player. And he got one and he got home, and unfortunately this is kind of what happened.
Okay, I got a VHS player. It's right here. I had ordered one a couple days ago, but it doesn't get here till Saturday.
It'd be hilarious if he did all this and then he pops the VHS in there and it's just a wrestling promo for his own wrestling thing. And this whole
I'd be so annoyed.
That'd be awesome.
What would be better is if it was a tape showing him buying the shoes, though, like that he was being watched. But
Saturday, and I really wanted to watch the tape, so I got this one. Apparently, these things are like hot commodities now. I literally went to Goodwill, I went to Salvation Army, I went to some random tech surplus, I went to 2 pawn shops. Then I had to go to the DMV, and after I got super hungry, so I went to Waffle House. I look across the street at Waffle House, and I see another pawn shop. I walk in, and lo and behold, the one VCR in Orlando, apparently. Turn it on. It's working. Takes the tape. Still on. And then it dies. If you got any ideas, let me know. I promise you I've tried pretty much everything. I think we're waiting until Saturday.
so
You're on HDMI.
I don't know what the next step is, but that's as far as it goes right now. So, and it could be. Adam says it's going to be his entrance video. Look, okay, there's a couple things going on here. There's a couple things going on here. if this is now what's the difference between a work and a job? A work is the person in wrestling that gets fucked over or they don't know they're being worked. But the job is basically the kayfabe, right? I think that's the term. But if this is basically that, then I would say a tip of my hat is what I would say.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because even though it's annoying, they've never gone this, raw before in trying to sell the bullshit. Okay, so that would be number one. Number two, though, is let's say it's not any of that. I've never been on the dark web. I've asked Tech to show me how to get on. When he comes here, he's going to show me how to get on. I have no idea if this is a real site or it's totally made up. I'm not a moron. People in the chat are like, do you really believe this shit? I don't know. I want to believe it because it's cool. But I'm not a moron. I understand that things like this could easily be faked for views. And certainly I'm suddenly following the guy. I'd like to have the guy on the show. He's got few enough followers that maybe Tech can reach out. We can get him on the show. But I think it's fascinating. So I don't know. Alien says, why would he post something he admitted to buying from the black market, though? Why would you post the fact that you want to put girls in cages? I mean, that's what I'm not fucking with Alien, but that's what you said. Why would anyone buy it, Lol Calgoons? I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I could, I would look, here's the deal. If I actually got a pair of shoes from the dark web, my first response would be to call the police and go, this looks like these are dead people's shoes. And they did.
Yeah, check this blood.
Right. So I don't know. Does anybody think this might be fucking real or is it just me? I mean, I don't want to come off like
it's fake.
Okay, but is he faking it or did the website fake it?
I think he's faking it.
Just to kind of get attention?
Yeah, it's a toss-up because you can find stuff like that on the dark web. Like, you can find all kinds of weird shit. But I kind of have a feeling that this is faked on his end.
Okay. Let's see what the comments say. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He says we'll see on Saturday. This guy says, bro, you have to set it to HDMI on the TV. You're using auxiliary cable. Switch to comp. He says, I'm using the HDMI. Get an adapter.
Don't scroll too far, Jeff. You never know what's in these comments.
You never know, but
doing the thing.
Yeah, I really want to know though. I really want to know. Okay, well,
scroll off screen. That's all you got to do.
Fine. Not a chance it's real. See, I will say this. Yeah, thanks, Rob. Rob the Mod says, for $2,000 in donations for the stream, I'll make a dead guy's shoes. Choo choo. You goddamn right. Look, it's probably the fact what is so great about me and what you have to be envious of me for so many reasons, but not the least of which is at 54, I came up at a time where things were harder to fake. And now I get that if you're younger and you came up with the internet, you were kind of like, you don't believe anything. Yeah. But my brain allows me to go, well, maybe shut up. Maybe it's, whatever. But yeah, I love this idea though. Awesome says it is a perfect viral marketing campaign for a wrestler needing some public love, dark web, all the buzzwords. But what if he sucks though? Yeah. Right? That's the thing. It's like you can be brilliant like this, and then finally everybody's watching Saturday, and it's like, oh my God, it's the guy with the dead guy's boots. He's wrestling in the dead guy's boots, and then he just gets his ass handed to him by like Bailey or something. And it's hell. Do you still watch the Wrestling Bunny or not really?
I haven't in years, but I loved wrestling when I was little.
It's fun.
Was like my favorite thing.
I'll tune into it still from time to time with the big events. It's a lot of fun. Awesome Tatum says, yeah, you still watch. That's the point. Yeah. And not only is that the point, but it's fun. I applaud this guy. Maybe he'll be a terrible wrestler, but he's clearly a engaging entertainer. He's clearly a guy, I like that. I'm a fan. All right. Well, here's something that you're not going to be able to debunk as easily. You goddamn skeptics. And I thought I was the skeptic, the disappointed skeptic. Let me ask you this. Have you ever woken up? In fact, Tech, put up a poll, please. Here's the poll.
Okay.
Do you find yourself regularly waking up around 3 or 3:15? Is the question. And while Tech's putting that up.
Wake up like every hour.
Okay.
Hour.
Okay. Well, then that doesn't. Yeah. Okay. You
That
gotta.
doesn't count.
Do you know why? No, for you.
Why I do
Like,
that?
why are you waking up every hour? Do you have sleep apnea?
I have a lot of sleep problems. My whole family's got sleep problems. Like, I can't take PM medicine at night. I take that during the day, and I take AM medicine at night because
Okay.
they, like, do the opposite. Sometimes coffee will make me sleepy
Okay.
if I drink
okay.
enough of it. Yeah, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not
Yeah.
good. Okay. Well, right now we're at 67, 71%. This is a very common thing that people will wake up between 3 and 3:15. Now, at first I just assumed it was like a circadian rhythm thing. And to an extent it is. There is the body at that time of night, no matter what time you go to sleep, unless you have worked really hard to retrain your circadian rhythm, it's not about when you go to sleep. It's about when your body clock recognizes it's kind of the dead of night. So it says that like even people who work overnight jobs and sleep during the day, they will find themselves around 3 to 4 to 5 being a little more groggy and a little out of it because their body knows that this is the dead of night and you should be asleep, right? So there is science to it, but there's also apparently a lot of supernatural aspects to it. And I didn't even know this. I'll give you some facts first. Then I want to ask you guys some questions about this. It is referred to as the devil's hour. I had no idea. Do you know why it is referred to 3 a.m. as the devil's hour?
I've
No.
never heard it called the devil's hour. I've heard it, the witching hour, but I've never heard the devil's hour.
Either one, though. Either one.
Oh.
But it says it is considered the inverse of 3 p.m. And apparently 3 p.m. is when Jesus died. People, apparently historians say when he was crucified and he finally died, it was 3 o'clock. And so the inversion is thought to mock the Holy Trinity, making 3 a.m. a potent time for demonic activity. I had no clue about that. 3:15 is when a lot of bad shit apparently happens. That's when the veil between the living and the dead apparently is as thin as it can be. And things are reaching out, trying to fuck with us, watching us, spying on us. The Amityville horror case, all the disturbances were at 3:15 a.m., at least if you believe in the Amityville horror. There's a lot to this that, of course, it could just be circadian rhythm. And if it's circadian rhythm, of course, we start applying all sorts of logic to it and superstition to it when it's nothing more than our sleep cycles. But again, I keep going back to this thing Joe Rogan said, because I've never thought about this until he said it, which is every time science comes along and explains, well, that's what that is. Like the guys with the NDEs, with the near-death experiences, he's like, just because you can explain it scientifically doesn't mean that the cause of it or the reason it's happening. It's like, yeah, you can go, oh, circadian rhythm, this happens in the brain, that. But there's a reason that could be happening in the brain. We could be primed to connect with that space, and that's how we do it, right? So I was like, okay, that it doesn't push back on the science and make me not believe the science, but it definitely makes me go, like he said, it's like however you open the door through science or whatever is irrelevant. If the door is open and the effect is the same, what does it actually matter? So I was very interested in this. I looked into a little bit more of this because I was very curious about other people's stories. People say that, okay. Do you know, this is fascinating. Do you know when most people die, the average time people die? Every day people die, obviously. The time of day most people die. Do you know what the time is?
I'm gonna guess
I would've
6 in
guessed-
the afternoon.
And 9 p.m. for me.
3 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh.
So it happens in this window. Now, does it happen in this window because the body is more relaxed? Does it happen in this window because the veil between the living and the dead is actually thinner and it's easier for the dead to come for us? Like if you listen to all these hospice nurses, I think this is so cool. All these hospice nurses we've been talking about, Bunny the Button, what do
Yeah.
they say? Consistently, now I'm turned on. God damn it, Bunny.
Oh, I can see better. I figured I'm not wearing my clown makeup. I might as well wear my glasses. Sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Excuse me, what is the Dewey Decimal System? I'm searching for the book about human sexuality. Okay.
Human centipede.
No. Okay. Fuck. No. Okay. So all these nurses say all the time, the hospice nurses, they say, look, the dead are coming for the living, right? All of even the ones with dementia patients, they are talking to people and they're like, that's Gene,
Yeah.
that's Fred.
Yeah.
Dying at 3 to 5 in the morning, the veil being as thin as it is, 3 to 5 in the morning, starting to make a little bit more sense. But I'm not saying it's true.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
does.
saying it's interesting because the circadian rhythm is also, it says the body's core temperature between 3 and 5, heart rate, blood pressure are at their lowest. Respiratory and cardiovascular systems are under more strain, making this a vulnerable time for people with chronic conditions. So there's also the scientific explanation, which also could go back to, it's like, well, yeah, we prime the body, whoever created us or evolved us, to go usually at that time because it's easier for us to get them at that time. So we make sure the
Yeah.
body at that time is starting to kind of be a more vulnerable to be taken. And by the way, people in the chat that are saying, yeah, but time is just a construct. Time is a construct, like 8 p.m., 4 a.m., 7:35. What's not a construct is the circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock. The body doesn't know what 11 a.m. means, but it knows where the sun is and where the moon is and where your energy is based on a 24-hour cycle. That's what it's talking about. It's not literally talking. Yeah, time isn't real, says the Guy Cat Grooming. We're not really talking about time in that way. We're talking about the sun rising and setting, the moon being up and the moon going away. Time zones is the same thing. If it's 3 a.m. for you in New York City and it's midnight for me, my circadian rhythm is different than yours. You are experiencing the 3 a.m. rhythm of the sun being down long enough and it being dark enough that you are now starting to go into that state, basically, is kind of what they're saying. Multiple studies of hospice and ICU patients suggest a peak in death frequency in these pre-dawn hours. One 2005 study found the death rate significantly higher between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. A little bit more on this, and I want to talk to you guys about it and see what you guys think. But some thoughts just to ponder. If the veil between worlds is thinnest at 3 to 5 a.m., are we slipping out more easily because something is pulling us in from the other side? If you knew your final hour would be at 3 a.m., would you want to stay awake or would you try to sleep through it? If you knew, like, I would not want to die in my sleep. I want to be awake for it, I think. But a lot of people say they want to die in their sleep. Do you guys want to die in your sleep?
no, I'm gonna fight it.
You
Oh,
what?
okay.
Okay.
I've heard that dying in your sleep is like the most peaceful way to go. So
But I would never
Oh,
know if I'm
something like-
dreaming or not, though.
Yeah, I don't want peace.
Ye-
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm gonna die, it better be a fucking event.
I don't care if it's an event. I want to die peacefully as an old man and just surrounded by loved ones. That's the best way to go. And experience it. I want to be like, even if there's nothing after it, I want to feel what the life review is just because the wash of gamma. I want to feel the DMT exploding from the pineal gland. And then if it just goes black, let it go black. But I want to at least have my final experience being cognizant of that shit. Detective Coachy says if the veil is also thin on Halloween, then yeah, because it's, again, the rhythm of the seasons. Halloween is when it's thinnest. 3 a.m. on Halloween would be, yeah, paper thin. Absolutely paper thin. I can never say this guy's name. Robiters says, I don't want to die screaming, which I hear a lot of people do. If you've ever read about Kevin Smith, he wrote about his dad dying, and him and his family were there in a hotel when his dad died of a heart attack. And he said that my dad screamed the whole time. Like, he was terrified. He knew he was dying, and he was yelling and screaming. Like, he said it was the most terrifying thing he'd ever witnessed. So I hadn't heard a lot of people die screaming, but, you know, I assume you die screaming if you're being tortured. But the idea that if you're, you know, having a stroke or a heart attack or something, that's kind of weird to think that you would be like, I think you.
Well, I guess because you're still like completely in your right mind, but you know something's wrong and it's happening.
It's coming.
You know, yeah.
That's the only panic attack I ever have had once. I was walking down by the Starbucks about 5 years ago, and I thought I was about to die, and I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. I thought maybe it was a heart attack. I don't know what triggered it. I got out of the car to go to the grocery store and go to Starbucks. I start walking to Starbucks and I just like, oh my God. I convinced myself that maybe a burp or indigestion or whatever was the beginning of a heart attack or a stroke.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, this is the end. And I was
I think I'm dying all the time.
Well, I was
do that a
so
lot.
disappointed in myself that I was like, that's my response. Was not to sit down and go, okay, breathe through it, meditate through it, maybe try to call the ambulance. If this is it, I don't care about going out with dignity, but if this is it, settle. You'll be all right. What's next, right? Instead, I was just like, I couldn't get enough breath. I hated it. Never had it happen. Never happened since. But, and yeah, Awesome says, what triggered it? I have no idea. Something triggered it. I don't think panic attacks come from nowhere. I think it's subconscious. It may have been something as simple as me standing up at the grocery store. And I mean, I'm making this up. I don't recall this. Me standing up at the grocery store, and thinking about, it might've been when my kids were almost done with high school, or my oldest was almost done with high school. So maybe I was going, oh my God, this is going to be one of the last times I ever have to go to the grocery store to buy lunch to make Sarah her lunch or whatever. And that may have at some point triggered, oh, you're getting older. You might have a heart attack because you're old. Oh shit. And all that stuff was happening under the surface, you know, but I don't know. Interesting.
Did you know that you're more likely to have a heart attack during the day if you wake up in the middle of the night and like get up and do something? So if you like get up and have to pee or get up to grab something to drink and then go back to bed, you're more likely to have a heart attack during the day.
Because why?
It does something with the rhythm of your heart. It interrupts the rhythm. It has something to do with the rhythm of your heart. I can't really remember, but ever since I've read that, I think about it literally every single day.
Yeah, I think that's related to your body has like a cycle that it likes to maintain, and because you've disrupted the cycle that your body's accustomed to, like your body kind of grows accustomed to, at this time of the day I'm getting this stress, I'm doing these things, and then it dies down, and then I'm relaxing at home, and it goes through. Now it's like you woke up and you did something and you went down, and then you did something again and you're going down, and your body's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Maybe
that's basically it, and it messes it up for hours later. Like hours later, you could end up having a heart attack.
Yeah, because I don't sleep through the night ever. I don't not wake up rested, but I always get up around 3, always.
Don't get out of bed.
I guess not. Well, listen to this. This is the other. Now this is fascinating too. Forget the woo-woo stuff, the paranormal stuff, just the psychological stuff. 3 o'clock in the morning is also, if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or if you're just up in the middle of the night, it says that is when your brain is most vulnerable, whether you believe in demons to like intrusion. But it's basically, it says that is when you are, people will have panic attacks. People will get depressed. People will have really bad thoughts because there's nothing to distract them. They're lying in bed. They wake up and It's the most vulnerable. They are the most real versions of who they really are, because there's no one to perform for. You don't have to be anywhere right away, and so it's just you with your thoughts. And so the idea that sometimes that's where your greatest ideas will come from, but a lot of times that's where people will really start to plug into some of these really depressive thoughts that they don't really allow themselves the mental bandwidth to think about during the day, which is horrifying. I'll tell you something else, Bunny.
What?
When and this was well before my divorce, so we had many years of happy marriage after this, but there was a period in our marriage when I just remembered, I think we were still living in Santa Monica, and Em and I had some fight or something. And I was like, this could end our marriage. Like, this was really bad. But it happened around 11. And we were sleeping in the same bed and stuff. And it wasn't like I went on the couch or anything. It wasn't like that. It was just like, oh, this is a problem. And so she fell asleep. And I'm up most of the night. And that's the worst, is when you're up and there's nobody awake. This is before streaming. Now I could just go online and go help. But, back then it was like, I'm just laying in bed. She's right next to me. And I'm like, the sun couldn't rise fast enough for me to basically get up and call the therapist and go, we need help. My marriage is about to implode. And that's the worst. So if you think about you being alone and vulnerable with your thoughts and there's no one around to help you, I get why 3 a.m. is a pretty scary kind of time for a lot of people. Bud says, did I do something to upset everyone? What the hell? I don't think so. What happened?
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, Martin says brain activity does continue a short period after death. Right. Even after the heart stops and breathing ceases, recent studies have shown that the brain can remain active for minutes or longer. I've seen those studies. Really, really interesting. And that there's more gamma that gets released into your brain on death than you ever have when you're alive. There's obviously rumors about DMT being released. It's really interesting stuff. It's really fucking interesting stuff. I love that stuff. Now, I'll tell you something else, though, that keeps me awake at 3 a.m. is a night like tonight when I say, I hire a very expensive group of people to do analytics. It is without question, Madhouse is the best fucking show on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And yet, no donations coming in tonight. No super chats coming in tonight.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to make our extra hour tonight. I don't think we're going to be able to do our little improv tonight. My heart breaks, Bunny. My heart breaks into a million goddamn pieces. And I'll tell you something, Bunny B.
What?
All of these motherfuckers that are over there at LolCal donating their hard-earned ducats. And for what?
Yeah.
You don't get the entertainment, you don't get the education, and you sure as shit don't get the love.
That's right. That's right. Just sniff your sniffy stick. It'll all be better.
Here's something else people do. The 3 a.m. is fascinating. Here's something else people do at 3 a.m. They decide to quit their jobs, leave a relationship at 3 a.m.
Wow.
Between 3 and 4 a.m., that is, and I checked into this. I'm like, wait, you're telling me there is a study that shows that? And what it said was, there's no statistical study, but it says that 3 a.m. is a pressure cooker of unresolved emotion. You're sleep deprived, unfiltered, alone, no distractions, no other voices, just you and whatever you've been avoiding. That's when things boil over. Sometimes people will write novels, but a lot of times they'll write I quit texts. That's when they'll send the text to their boss saying I quit or I'm out, and they may wake up and regret it. But in a lot of ways, that is their most...
David K sent the super chat for $2 and included the message, Doty's I'm Fine music video is out now.
Well, David K, that's a goddamn fucking delight. I don't know who Doty is, but I love it, and I assume you're excited for your musical idol, and that's fantastic. That's fantastic. We love it. We love it. Good for Doty. I don't know who that is. But Thank you, David K, for the support. Leave it to Bubby. Thank you. Choo Choo Tech. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Choo choo.
It's too loud. Too loud now. It's too loud.
He's excited.
Yeah, I know.
Choo.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Bubby. Thank you, David K. So 3 a.m., there's a lot of shit going down at 3 a.m. But do you guys feel, do you feel 3 a.m. or 3 to 5? Is it just a time for you, or is anybody in the chat? Does this, like, when I read all of this, I was very surprised that there's so much lore around this time, not just the supernatural stuff, but the psychological stuff, the scientific stuff. I just never thought about it. Is this a thing? Do you have any relationship with this time?
I do feel like around 3 in the morning, I am way more emotional. So I don't know if that means something.
Well, it means, yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
in what way? Like, you'll sit there and cry more? Like if Stick Solid shows up and like last night.
Morning him. Yeah.
It's always 3 a.m. here.
But seriously, I mean, you'll be sadder at 3 a.m.
Yeah, around that time is because I'm normally up around 3 anyway. It's not like I'm waking up, but I cry about my dog a lot around 3 a.m. It does seem to be like
Which dog?
One that's an asshole.
Uncle Roo. No, my dog.
the asshole
Uncle
dog?
Roo, it'll be a year that he died.
Oh no, I've seen Uncle Roo.
No. Your mic tech. The gain is up to the goddamn moon and back. You gotta
Right click me and see if you have me at 200%.
Okay. I do.
Yeah, I have him
There you
turned
go.
down on my end. It's not bad.
Okay. Maybe that's why though. Then because that veil is really thin, and maybe the dog is trying to connect with you there. You know, Electric Angel says I'm most gay at 3 a.m. I understand. It's just gone 3 a.m. here. I want coffee, says Gaz. Where do you live where 3 a.m.? Oh.
This is Uncle Roo. I had a replica made of him, but it looks just
that
like
looks
him.
so fucking real. At first I was like, did Bunny Button, or not Bunny Button, Bosco BB Brown get a haircut? Oh, that's
He's got all of his markings. He's got the black on the tip and his little widow's peak.
How much did it cost to make a replica?
It was like $300.
Holy shit. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, you're in London. I gotcha. Could it be, says Robot, because it's where you're most mentally sound and have the most focus on your memories. That's why you're saddest. Could be. I have a feeling people quit their jobs at 3 a.m. because they don't have to get up and go to work, says Leave It to Bubby. Could be that as well. Anyway, I found this fascinating. The other thing, now, you guys know.
I'll be right back.
Oh, no, we'll wait.
I think the roommates are here. I just want to make sure things are cool.
Oh.
These guys, these roommates, you guys. Look.
Roommates are always bad.
You goddamn right. Okay, look, fellas. This is Madhouse Theater tonight. It is improv. It is me. It is Bunny. It is Tech. Hell, if you want to call in and be part of one of the characters, but we need, you know what? No, we don't. Fuck it. I don't care. You see the money up there on the screen. You either want to give it or you don't. We're moving on. Here we go. Now, look, I was fascinated to talk to Billy from LCU in the Haunted Hotel meetup because he said he had mastered lucid dreaming. I am going to make it my goal this year. By Christmas, I am going to have put a lot of effort into this because I want to do this and I want to be really good at this and I want to be able to depend on this, right? That I can do. Like Billy said he could do it anytime he wanted. He just went to sleep. And then Tech's friend, Scorpio from the other night is like, oh, I used to do that all the time. And the fear to me, the reason I was always like, yeah, but it seems to me like what's happening is you wake up and you're like, was I dreaming that I was dreaming? Right? That's that. And so I kind of lost a little faith. Well, a study's out today. This is great news for people like me. And it's just great news in general for everybody because we'll all benefit from this. The Journal of Neuroscience has published a study that mapped the brain's electrical activity during lucid dreaming. So not only were they able to determine that lucid dreaming is a real phenomenon. The brain does different things. So here's how they did it. It said the participants in the study, mostly women with an average age of 25, I don't know why that's relevant, but they were just letting us know, were experienced lucid dreamers. Okay, so they were able to signal when they woke up in the dream by basically making specific eye movements, because you're in REM state, right? So when you're in REM state, your whole body's paralyzed, but your eyes, under your eyes, if you're moving them in the dream, you know, they'll move.
Yeah.
And so they were able to go, it says when they realized they were dreaming, they would move their eyes left, right, in a predetermined pattern, creating measurable signs and signals in their brain recording, right? So the scientists, first off, the great revelatory aspect here is the fact that they said, hey, we can actually see now that when someone at least thinks they're lucid dreaming, the brain does something very different when they're lucid dreaming than when they're normally dreaming. And I'll tell you what some of these differences are. It's really, really interesting. During lucid dreaming, researchers observed decreased beta wave activity in the right some part of the brain. I don't know.
No clothes in that box. I just... Sorry, I'm muted. Hold on.
Maybe he thought he was muted.
During lucid dreaming, researchers observed decreased beta wave activity. Fuck it, I don't care. Observed decreased beta wave activity in the right temporo junction, whatever. A brain region vital for self-awareness and distinguishing between self and others. During lucid dreaming, there was decreased activity in the part of the brain that gives self-awareness and distinguishing between you and others. This change indicates a shift in how we perceive ourselves within dreams when we become lucid. So the idea that the part of the brain that says, I'm Bunny Button, that person is Tech, that person is Jaffe, that part where we feel more like we all are one entity, that is amplified when you lucid dream. Perhaps the most compelling was the detection of gamma frequency, which is the stuff that gets released in massive amounts upon death, in a region of the brain during the first moments of lucid dreaming. This plays a key role in self-awareness and visual imagery. The gamma spike occurred exactly when the dreamers first recognized they were dreaming, essentially capturing the brain's eureka moment of lucid insight. Think about this. They're able to look at the brain and say, maybe if we stimulate that, we can induce lucid dreaming without the person having to be trained. So now suddenly, what? Medicine, pills, shots?
Yeah.
If I'm a pharmaceutical company and I can fucking make the lucid dream pill, you goddamn fucking right. This is...
Well, you know, some years ago, there were some supplements that were being pushed as like ads and stuff. I remember seeing them like years ago that were like, oh, it'll help you lucid dream. I never looked into it, but
I mean, they're supplements and people say, oh, like cherries and stuff, but this is actual, like, no, this part of the brain we now know. So that's interesting, right? It says the research also revealed stronger connections between brain regions during lucid dreaming. This certain type of brain wave connectivity increased across areas with a main hub. It doesn't matter. This is all science bullshit. But the point is the enhanced connectivity marks a striking contrast with regular dreaming, where the brain areas responsible for decision-making and self-awareness are disconnected from sensory regions, which explains why we normally accept bizarre dream scenarios without question. Think about that. That when you are lucid, I mean, it's fascinating. When you are lucid dreaming now, you're able to carry into your dream state this awareness of logic. But when you're normally dreaming, they say, oh, that part of the brain is totally shut down. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
That's crazy.
It's delightfully crazy because this is a real fucking mental state now, which means for no other reason I'm excited because now I'm going to put the work in to go, okay, I'm not just dreaming, I'm dreaming. This is a different headspace. science proves it. Last couple of things. Lucid dreaming also has potential clinical applications. It might help treat recurring nightmares by allowing sufferers to recognize and alter frightening dream content. It can advance understandings of consciousness in medical contexts, such as during anesthesia and disorders of consciousness. Study authors believe the next frontier may be applying these findings to help more people experience lucid dreaming, which has proven difficult to induce. By understanding the neurological mechanisms involved, researchers may develop more effective techniques for triggering lucid dreaming. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's fantastic.
I'll sleep all night.
You know, I feel like if I could lucid dream, I would do like Nikola Tesla and just like work on stuff while I'm sleeping.
And like
That would be the coolest.
work
Like he
on
would do
stuff like what?
like he would continue, like if he was working on an invention or something, when he would go to sleep, and he only slept like a little bit of time at once, he like hardly slept, but when he said he would lucid dream and he would continue working on like whatever it was he was working on.
So he just
the
got
formula.
In his sleep.
extra
Yeah.
time.
Extra time.
Yeah.
If I could
Speaking about time.
if I could get the internet in my sleep, then I could prep the show while I'm sleeping. But unfortunately, hey, Martin Bruggerman, thank you for the super chat. He says, came from Constellation, had to check out the show. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'll be on Constellation again over on Last Stand Media end of this month, and I'll be on the new Colin show, Colin Moriarty, or Moriarty Jaffe. I think he's going to make that live this week. But thank you for coming over and checking it out. We hope you like it, and thank you so goddamn much for the financial support. Philip is in the chat. What do you mean you're terrified of that? You're terrified of lucid dreaming? You're terrified of... Are you nuts? Are you nuts? I'm thrilled. Gaz Croy, thank you for the 3 pounds and the little picture of the little lemon guy. Thank you for that. We appreciate it, buddy. How are you terrified of it? You could totally... He says, oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
How can people be so different that come from the same two humans? That... How
I think that about me and my sister all the time.
But how can anybody be scared of lucid dreaming? You get to make it whatever you want. You get to make it whatever you want. I don't get it. Anyway, well, what if you can't wake up? But I don't think anyone in the recorded history of studying lucidity has ever said that's a problem. I mean, you eventually wake up or die. Yeah, well, if it's Freddy Krueger, you're fucked, but I think you'll be fine. Here's some stuff that's interesting, that's scary as we change topics, but let's update the money here, shall we? Let's update.
Yes, sir. We have reached a fantastic $15 in today.
This is the lowest financial madhouse we have ever done. What is happening? Is the show bad? Every time after the show, I'll ask Tech. I'll say, Tech, how was the show? He says, it's great. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt him.
You're like dog chewing into like mental brain, this, that, a lot of keywords and stuff I'm looking up on dictionary.com. You're giving no chance for the audience to engage. You went like 9 minutes without reading a super chat.
But it's fascinating.
Yeah, fascinate my ass. You gotta go back to the fucking chat sometimes.
I always go back to the chat. That's your job. Your job.
Energy says, "What if it's a coma?" True energy. Lucid dreaming is fun. It's astral projection. Electric Angel says that it's astral projection. Shut the fuck up. All right. PK99 says no clown makeup. Maybe. Yeah, bunny. But if you want to get clown makeup, send us some money. She can go afford to get some more. All right. We work here. It's a business. The money you donate goes towards Bunny Button and David Jaffe, and then they can afford to get their clown makeup and stuff. Okay?
Bud Crazy says people are tired of having to pay to play. I get it. But you don't have to. You don't have to do it. But we're gonna ask for it because that's part of the job. But yeah, if you don't want to, don't do it. However, I would say, why do you think people are mad at you? Because you were saying earlier you thought people were mad.
No.
In the meantime, in between time, let's be clear on something we can all agree on. Let's talk about bathrooms.
Okay.
Which toilet in a public restroom do you think, which cubicle in a public restroom is the cleanest? Let's say there's out of 4.
Number 1.
First one.
Why do you say that?
Because people assume
Most
it's
people
not.
go to the last one.
Yeah, they
No
go to the last
one uses the first one. It is the least chosen. I've never thought about that, but I don't have the data as to why. What do you think that is?
I have seen the research on this, and people assume, oh, the first one's what everyone uses, so I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to go to like the second or third, right?
Or they go to the big
But
one.
then they say other people are going to go to the second and third, so I'm going to go to the last one, right? Yeah, so I personally don't like public bathrooms. I'm not a fan. And I looked into the research on this because I was like, what is the cleanest if I have to do it? It's always the first one by the door.
Guess the number of people who wash their hands after using the toilet.
Like percentage, like 45%.
80% do it, but only 30% do use soap. The average person spends a cumulative 3 years on a toilet in your life. The average person uses a toilet 2,500 times annually. Do you know?
I want to know.
Yeah. What can I?
I
what
want
can I
to
do
know
for you?
how many people touch the door on their way out of the bathroom, or do they use a
I
paper towel?
touch the door, but I don't. I'm as grossed out as I am by a lot of things. Microscopic germs is not one of them because it's out of sight, out of mind. So I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really.
I'm like a little bit of a. I feel like if I touch a doorknob, and I've always been like this, like a doorknob to anywhere that's not my home, I feel like I can literally feel my hand heating up, like, and the germs moving.
That's funny.
Okay, well, it's,
Yeah.
that's funny. It's, you
That's
know.
funny. Haha.
Right. Okay. So
I hate germs.
now listen to this though. I just want to talk a little bit about bathrooms. My fascination with bathrooms and bathroom habits began when I saw this picture on the internet, which is still one of my most favorite discoveries of the internet, which is what toilets looked like in castles back in like the 1200 AD, 1300s. I don't know if you guys have seen this picture, or this drawing, but this is one of my favorite things on the internet is this picture right here. If you go to a castle, these things are bathrooms, and you would sit over this wood hole or this wood with a hole in it, and you would poop. And look at this poor son of a bitch down here. Imagine that being your fucking job, to be the guy that cleans this fucking shit from the people who live in the castle.
Shoveler.
I cannot imagine anything worse, right? But then, of course, I can. So I spend a lot of time lately thinking about toilets and going to the bathroom. And what I'm fascinated by now is the mental state people go into when they go to the bathroom. People are afraid to go to public bathrooms. Tech, you just said a minute ago, why don't you use a public bathroom?
Personally, I don't like germs because this may be like a paranoid thing. Who knows? But like, I'm okay with problems I can fight and I can face. Okay, like a dude breaking into my house, that doesn't panic me. Like I understand like what I have to do or can do or what I shouldn't do. It's there.
Yeah.
Getting sick is like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like what? What? If I get an illness, I'm not gonna punch my arm. I can't handle that. I can't do something. I can go get medicine, I guess. Like there's diseases that just like fuck you up.
Okay,
right?
so
The
for
idea of
you-
like
for
losing.
you, it's disease. You don't want to get sick.
I don't want to get sick.
Bunny, do you have a problem using public toilets?
Yeah, have you seen women's restrooms? They're
Not really.
the nastiest places at
Not
all.
as
Women's
nasty
restrooms are
as
always worse
men.
than men's.
No, women's
they
restrooms are disgusting.
Why? What do
Always
they put
worse.
in there? What do they got?
Everything.
Well,
gross
they
and
don't.
nasty.
Well, women, when they use a public restroom, they won't sit down on the seat to pee because they think it's gross
Oh,
and
it
other people have
spreads
peed on the
every-
seat.
They pee on
there's just
everything.
pee everywhere on the floor. I've even been in a women's restroom where there's just like tampons laying on the floor.
Use
Like-
tampons?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
women-
like where they didn't, I guess they didn't want to open the little sanitation trash can, so they just throw it on the floor next to the toilet. I'm telling you, women's restrooms are the nastiest places, and that's why.
Women are no good.
Yeah, no good.
They're no good. I didn't know that. Well, I'll tell you what.
Good thing I never liked 'em.
I don't like public toilet. I don't mind public toilets in a place nobody knows me. I looked this up because I'm not the only one.
What?
I don't want to okay, when we worked at Bartlett Jones was the last company I had, downtown San Diego gas lamp. The building was beautiful. I'll show you a picture of it. It was the Wyatt Earp building. I don't know how to spell Wyatt Earp, but whatever. Downtown San Diego. And it was perfect for our needs because, you know, we were a ghost hunting company and all this shit. Wyatt Earp building, saloon, I don't know what the fuck it was. Where the fuck is it? Hang on. But it was a very old building, right? Here it is. Built in the 1800s, or I think it was the 1800s, early 1800s, right? So this is what it looked like. Really pretty building, really fucking old building. And the problem is there was 4 floors and there was one bathroom stall on each of the floors. And that was it. So I worked with all these people and I didn't ever want to go into the bathroom and poop and people like, oh, Jaffe's in the bathroom. It made me very uncomfortable. And I would always...
And they go, that's stinky Jaffe.
I was just like, please don't let anybody come in while I'm going to the bathroom. And I would always go to the very top floor. And then when somebody would come in, I was like, please don't talk to me. Don't acknowledge I'm here. I would barely breathe. I just found it so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Am I the only one? One's in the chat if you can relate to this. One's in the chat if you can fucking relate to this. Cat Guy says it's not just me. You goddamn right. But let me tell you though. So I looked this up because I wanted to look into what was happening in my brain pan. And it says, why are you afraid to poop? And maybe you should be is what it's called. It says, number one,
That's funny. Maybe you should be.
Pooping is prime vulnerability. Evolution says don't poop where a predator might eat you. Shame is survival software. So there's all of these evolutionary reasons why people might not want other people to know that they're pooping. There's social conditioning. Kids learn shame by getting laughed at for farting or being the pooper in school. Adults continue this with fake coughs and running water to cover sounds up. We treat pooping like a crime we all commit that no one admits to. Public bathroom, it says, is like a stage of doom. Thin walls, echo chambers, feet under stalls. It's like peeing in a glass box. It's not just about going, it's about not being perceived, right? So that idea of being in a bath, the motherfuckers that will talk to you and think you want to carry on a conversation.
Me.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, I'm not even fucking with you. It is triggering something in me right now. I am feeling a panic attack coming on. The idea that I could be in the bathroom pooping and it's like, hey, Jaffe, so how's it going? What'd you think of that Mission Impossible movie? And I'm like, dude, this never happened. We're not in this space to 71% can relate. 71%.
I got
A couple of times I'll go to the movie theater with some friends recently, and we'll all go to the bathroom after the movie, and we'll sit in like 5 stalls right next to each other and just like talk about the movie.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And someone will come in and they'll be like, "Y'all are talking." It's like, we're having a great conversation. Get stall 6. You know, like come sit in with us. You know,
we should just stream from there. Listen, Necro says that is why whenever I use a public restroom, I kick the door in as hard as I can and scream, "Anyone pooping in here?" Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, terrible, terrible. There's more though. There's more. There are some, there's reports of haunted shit, but this isn't it. But there's a ghost in Japan. The girl in the 3rd stall, Hanako-san. Have you heard of this woman?
I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's a spirit that asks what color toilet paper you want. If you choose wrong, you die. There is the Edinburgh Urinal Whisperer, which says your name in your ear midstream. I just no. Let me ask you this. Here's a question for you two. Would you rather poop in a haunted bathroom with a 10% chance of a ghost interaction, or in a totally normal public restroom where 3 coworkers are definitely going to walk in? I would rather poop in a haunted bathroom where a violent ghost, there is an 80% chance of accosting me than doing it in a goddamn RP.
I've been asked this, like, would you rather? Or, like, it's one of those, like, for $1 million, right?
Yeah.
$1 million a year, but once a day, your bathroom session is recorded and put on YouTube as a live stream.
How much money do you make?
$1 million a year.
No.
No?
$1 million a year?
Yeah, 365 public pee or poo live streams
Before
a year.
Well, peeing, sure, I'm down with
Untaxed.
Untaxed, and it can include peeing? Will I know which session it's...
No, you don't know. One of your sessions for the day will be recorded and put onto, like, a YouTube live stream.
Yeah,
it could be a pee, it could be a poo.
I would do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, for sure I'm doing it. Can you imagine? There's, like, YouTube, like, this, like, YouTube, the platform themselves is like, this is an experiment running, and we're going to promote the fuck out of this channel. We paid the guy $1 million.
Yeah, well, then the guy could just be walking down the street and everybody's laughing at him, but it's like, bitch, I got $1 million a year for the rest of my life. You could just...
Every year.
Your job is pooping at that point.
Yeah.
Easy job.
Can you imagine this, like, at one point...
Can you imagine the marketing? You could do things like, what book? I'll charge not only $1 million to YouTube or whoever, but it's better than Oprah's book club. It's like, oh yeah, I'll read your book on the toilet, but it'll cost you, like, half a million.
$20K.
$500,000 to read your book. Yeah, you got it.
It's probably like a 3 to 10 minute live stream.
Fuck yeah. I'll play your app. I'll play Clash of Clans on my fucking phone. Oh my god.
Philip in the chat says, sounds like a shit job.
I'll take it. I'll do that. That's the job I'll take. Now listen here. Our money,
passive income for a natural outcome.
Every one of our goals tonight, I'm killing. They're all dead. Fuck it. They're going away. I'm going to give you guys one fucking goal tonight. One fucking goal. And if you can't get behind this, I don't know what to tell you. ChatGPT has taken it down, but another one has very quickly replaced it. I don't know if you heard this story, but we're going to fuck around with this tonight. There's a ChatGPT AI bot written basically by, for, with incels. And so it is an AI agent. The one that got all the hype was called Looks Maxing, but there's a couple other ones. And you upload your picture to it, and it will tell you in incel language what you need to do. It's apparently offensive, racist, cruel. I can't wait. So what I want to do is I am going to take my picture, upload it. I don't know where Tech went. Tech is going to do the same.
I'm picking my nose.
If you want us to do this story, and then you also want us to see what your picture looks like for Looks Maxing, we'll do it. But we're not doing it unless we get... I'm done, Tech. What do you want to do? Do we just do it for free and move on, or do we say, fuck it, we're charging for it? What do you want to do,
Chat,
Bunny?
Well, here's the thing. We can do it and just be like, hey, chat, please send us some money. Money me, please. Money me, please.
Money me now.
Tech Protect is trying to move out of his godforsaken house with these roommates that are fucking assholes to me and have damaged my equipment now. And I've had to replace my fucking, like, router, fucking coaxial cable. The couches are being taken. All this shit. Like, they took my aluminum foil. Like, who the fuck takes aluminum foil out of the house?
That's fucked up.
They're moving to a house that already has aluminum foil.
All right, so here's what it is. Here's what we're doing.
Detergent again.
I want $500, and here's the two things I'll do for you. If you give us $500 for this stream, cumulatively, in the next 30 minutes. Number one, we will play with the Looks Maxing computer. Number two, I will wake up at 3 a.m. California time, the witching hour. I won't have anything prepared, but I will sit in the dark with a live stream and the spirit box on, and I will try to summon spirits for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to go back to bed, but I'll do it.
You'll do it.
We have 30 minutes to make $500. In the meantime, what do we want to do? You want to visit with the internet hobo?
He should be the internet hobo. I miss that guy. Are you wearing what socks are those, buddy?
That's a pants, baby. Those are leather pants, baby.
Oh, is that a pant?
Yeah, these are pants.
I thought it was like a shiny sock.
No, that goes all the way up my body.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Did we ever hear why Bud Crazy feels people are mad at him? That makes me sad.
Yeah, why, Bud?
I don't know. He says I should Debo up, motherfucker. I've got a Ouija board. I'll join you if you want. I don't know what does Debo up mean.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, if we make the deal, I'll be up. I'll be up at 3 a.m. my time. Absolutely. Meantime, though, I hear our friend is calling. He travels the highways and the byways of the goddamn supernatural internet highway. I don't know what I'm saying. The point is the internet hobo is here. He wants to stop by and show you his love, but I can't find him. Hang on. Where are you, hobo? Where are you at, pal? The fuck is this son of a bitch? He's very hard to find. There he is. There's my baby.
Driving down the road where you headed, you just don't know. But in the distance, you see insistence. His eyes are all aglow.
Oh.
You will stop, you will look, and why, you just don't know. But my friend, you've just encountered the internet hobo.
The internet hobo has graced us with his bounty of delightful shenanigans. Let's see what he's got on tap for tonight, folks. Ace, what do you want? You can get up there. It's okay. It's okay. No one cares. Okay.
They did take the spare towels, Willie Farnsworth, out of the fucking towel closet I have in the fucking hallway.
These people are no good. No good.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Okay. Okay. What do you mean Twiggy's back in the madhouse? Twiggy's on our channel? I haven't seen Twiggy in a while, man. All right, here we go. Look at this, $540. We should buy this and just tell Keemstar it was part of the Haunted Hotel because we got to send him an itemized bill anyway. This is beautiful. It is a $540 paranormal investigator spirit seeker bot ghost hunting kit.
Oh.
Probably none of it works, but good God Almighty, look at this! It's beautiful. Comes with a Bible and I don't know, an EMF detector. I don't fucking know. Some sage, black candles, holy water,
pendulums.
Where's the pendulum?
Up on the lid. Oh yeah, I think that purple thing hanging.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who this lady is there. You got some, I don't know what any of this shit is. Matches and crosses and Yahweh.
Where's the teeth?
Good.
A jar of teeth in mine.
Do you have one? Do you actually have one?
No, I want a jar of teeth. If I'm buying one of these, it better come with a jar of teeth.
Oh, well,
a jar of teeth.
You gotta, oh, look at this one. Tarot cards. The Ouija board thing. What is that called? The flange or the pop rocks?
Pop rocks, that's what it's called.
It's the oh no, I can't think of the word.
All right, well,
I'll think of it when it don't matter.
There you go. These are really fucking beautiful kits, though.
Planchette.
Look at that. Beautiful. All right, thanks, Hobo, for that. We appreciate it. Look at this motherfucker. Where'd it go? Where did
absolutely.
I was looking for this. Where did that go? Internet Hobo showed it to me. Well, you guys have seen this. This was from a few years ago. Can you believe this? Do you see this racist graduation? Every time we get around May, they show it again. Have you not seen this? Listen to this fucking high school principal. This is some shit right here.
Close those doors. Close the doors. Now. Close the doors. Now. Close the doors. You people are being so rude to not listen to this speech. It was my fault that we missed it in the program. Look
Can you believe she said that? What a dick.
Oh, she just said that.
Oh my, and she's the principal. People walking out.
Look who's sleeping, all the black people.
I'll tell you what, I hope that woman got her ass fired. I'm sure she did. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Wow.
Look at your hand. You have an M on your palm?
Yeah.
Everybody look at your hand.
Mine doesn't make any.
Oh, mine doesn't connect. I have the 7 with a little halo.
Does anybody have an M in the chat? I don't. You know what it means if you have an M, by the way?
What?
I don't know. I want to see if anybody in the chat has one first.
Oh, wait.
Mine doesn't connect all the
does
way.
connect, but it kind of goes the opposite direction of the way it like.
Well, it's an
like,
it's
like
an
on that, it
M.
connects this way, but mine connects that way.
All right. Well, let me tell you what. At least according to these people, this is what it means.
It's not for magic. You have an M on your palm. What if I told you it's not for magic? What if I told you that everything is inverted right now? Everything is upside down. It's really a W. That you're really a watcher. That you're a walking test for the divine. God actually sends you through all the lower realms to find fallen angels and help them get their wings back. How do you probably have 2 M's on both of your palms? Yeah, you're marked, but in a good way. Or a starseed, an angel, a healer that came back into the matrix to travel through all those lower timelines, through those lower dimensions, to find divine fallen angels that lost their wings, to get them on the right track, help them see through all the illusions, help them clear their energy from demonic attachments, help bridge the gap between the 3D and the 5D, who are literally the bridge to the new earth. You already ascended, and you descend, you lower your vibration to go back into these lower realms, to help people, give them a hand, to help them ascend. But what you need to understand is that you cannot make them ascend, they have to do it themselves, but you can lend them a hand. You could be a guiding light. You could.
He goes on and on and on, but you know, you're a watcher. You're a wizard, Harry. I don't have one. Clearly, I have.
Mine goes the opposite way, though. What does that mean?
I mean, you're probably,
like mine doesn't connect to.
That means
yeah,
you're
mine's
probably
wonky.
going. You're probably going to hell. I don't know. Did you see about this? That Elon Musk. I know Tech. You and Scorpio were talking about this, but I don't know if you got to this part where Elon Musk tweeted out, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public." What?
I thought we all already knew that.
Well, we knew it.
Or were we just assume it?
We
Yeah, okay.
assumed. He was, I mean, and we've seen photos of them together. But
yeah,
this is not a parody account. This is him going, he's in these fucking files. I mean, no surprise. It's not like it's going to lose him any fucking votes. But I thought that was pretty, I thought that was, you know, I mean, sure, Elon Musk could be lying about it, but I don't know. I
yeah,
mean,
when I read it, my first thought was, I thought we knew that. I thought that was already known.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I don't know if Trump has responded to that, but I don't think anybody would be surprised. But let's say it's true for a moment. Let's say all the stories about Trump and the Clintons. Well, there's pictures. Dizzy says there's pictures of him with Gelzine, whatever her fucking name is, weirdo name. Whether it's Trump or whether it's Clinton or any of these people, what does that say? That the people who, if this is true, that the people that have ascended to such levels of influence, power, wealth in our world are kitty diddlers. Not to upset Stick again. But right? I mean, what does that say? Is it true that they kill these kids and drink their blood? And I mean, I'm like Hancock, that movie, like these people just keep reincarnating over and over. And if you do this, you remember your past life. And so you start leaving money for yourself, previous lives, so you can cash out in the next. I mean, what is this?
Yeah, I don't think it would surprise me to find that all these super rich people that feel like they can do whatever they want end up doing whatever they want.
But why would they want to do it? What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Because they've already done everything and they need more things to stimulate them, so they go for more and more taboo things.
I got it. Yep. Understood. More is going to come out, the P. Diddy thing, too. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. The rich and the priest, says Flongle. What do they have in common? I have no idea.
Red bottom shoes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that wrestler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I hate Trump.
I found our next big event. This is amazing. I know the guy who owns the Magic Castle. I don't know him that well, but I know him well enough that I could probably call him and say, can we maybe book this? This is, have you heard of the Magic Castle in LA? You guys know what this is, right? It's like
No.
It's a real famous establishment. It's very exclusive club for, I know it sounds goofy, but magicians, right? Very
cool.
storied, been around for a very long time. They have a room, though. They have the Houdini Chamber experience, right? And it's a private party up to you and 11 guests, right? So at first you come in, you have dinner in this beautiful fucking, let me show you the picture, in this gorgeous fucking room that's all decked out, you know, and people come in and do magic for you. It's a very expensive meal, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, a medium comes in and they perform a seance. Now, it's a performance, so you're going to get stuff happening, right? You're going to have an experience. It's like seeing a play for you and 11 friends. This sounds amazing. So this is on my new bucket list. I don't have a lot of things on my bucket list. You don't actually have to be a member. You can buy a day pass, which is very expensive, and that will let you book this room. So, but again, I know the owner. I'm sure I could probably, you know, figure it out. But even if not, we could just buy the day pass. But I think this sounds so fucking fun. And I tell you something, if you didn't hate San Diego or LA, we'd invite you to come. I bet you'd enjoy it. You think you'd like this, Bunny?
I did not say that I hated San Diego. Now, LA, I've been to LA a bunch of times, and it is always LA.
I love them both. I love LA more, but yeah. Yeah, there's the Magic Castle right there. So cool. I love it. Okay. Bud says, I've been following magicians ever since I was really little. Hardest ticket in LA to get, says Philip. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, if we know people, but yeah, we could do it. I don't know how expensive it is. Probably insanely expensive to get that private performance. Yeah. Okay. Well, fellas, it is 8:05. I guess that's going to be our show for this evening. I may be over on this very channel later tonight. How expensive for a day pass? Let me see. How much is Day Pass Magic Castle? This can't be right. This is $40 per person for a day pass. I'll figure it. I'll let you know next time we do it. You have to be invited, Philip, or you can buy the day pass, is what it says. Okay, Bunny, Tech, are we ready to wrap this up for the evening? We've done 2 hours. Enjoyable stream. I had a great time. I thought some of these topics tonight we found were delightful dishes. Really cool shit. But what do we want to do, Tech? What's the rest of the night look like for us?
It's really up to you.
Well,
today was not a great day in terms of making sure the lights stay on and all that.
Yeah.
But fun.
Should we go over to the Discord for a little bit and have a business conversation about maybe what the audience wants that we're not giving them, or say, fuck it, let's just wrap it up. Maybe we'll play some games. We'll see what happens.
Let's hang out in the Discord with the community. Throw us your ideas. We'll be there for like at least half an hour.
All right. So I'll meet you over there, Bunny. You want to join us for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, I do remember the Magic Palace, Philip. I fucking loved the Magic Palace. We had that in Birmingham. That was the coolest place. Like a little magic shop. All right, fellas. That has been Madhouse for tonight. We will be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yeah.
We might do a high day, Friday high day tomorrow. Don't forget also that Saturday we are watching, starting at noon California time, Pot and Popcorn. We are watching Django Unchained, Dogma, and Inception. And I have not seen Inception since the theater, but I remember really liking it. I like Dogma a lot. Fucking love Django Unchained. That movie is the knees goddamn motherfucking bees. It's good people.
I'm excited. They sound good.
They're really good. They're really good.
You haven't seen Django?
No, I've seen anything.
Django.
I'm gonna have to stay muted throughout all of Django, or I'll sit there and say every line.
Oh yeah.
I know like every word of that movie. I can't say every word.
You want me to shake your hand? Although the opening scene of Inglourious is better though. The opening scene of Django is
I
good.
do love Inglourious
with the guys going through the woods and stuff. That's great. But that opening thing where he's like, oh, may I smoke my pipe? Ooh, bulb.
Yeah,
oh,
so good.
It's so good.
We need to watch it. Yeah, why did no one put Inglourious Basterds?
I don't know.
I saw that with Sarah. It was a good movie.
You goddamn right.
It's a great movie.
All right,
11-8.
fellas. Me and Tech and Bunny will be over in the Discord on the stream. In the meantime, be well, be safe. If we don't see you tonight, we'll see you tomorrow for Friday High Day or for the movie feature on Saturday starting at noon. Enjoy, Oh, well, I was going to say I'll see you at 3 a.m., but I won't.
Wink.
I really should do that some night, though. I really want to wake up at 3 and just sit in the darkness and stream it and see what happens. Okay. Yeah. All right, you guys, we're out. See you guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, that's going in the wrong direction.